Hi, I'm Ted. This is the TAPit. It's the first ADA-compliant interactive learning station that's designed specifically for those with differing abilities, as opposed to being designed for typical learners and then modified. The TAPit's most unique feature is its intended touch technology. This means that it can recognize the difference between an unintended and an intended touch. This feature is incredibly important for those who may need to lean on the screen for support. Here's how it works. I'm leaning on the screen with my left hand, and I'm interacting with the screen with my right hand. That means that the screen knows the difference between an unintended and an intended touch. I could also lean on the screen with my arm and still interact. So the TAPit is intentionally not multi-touch, but rather intended touch. In addition to recognizing intended touch, the TAPit allows you to interact with the screen with almost anything. If you're working with someone who doesn't have great hand dexterity, give them something that they can grasp, like for example, a wiffle ball. Then they can interact with the screen. This is very important for those who otherwise wouldn't be able to use a computer or a wall-mounted interactive whiteboard. Accessibility and positioning are very important, which is why the TAPit has the ability to customize to each individual user or group of users. It does so with the simple touch of a button. The TAPit can raise to 55 inches off the ground when measured from the top of the monitor, and it can also go down to 7 inches off the ground when measured from the bottom of the monitor. This helps accommodate young learners, those in side liars, or occupational therapists. The TAPit also has the ability to move from 0 to 90 degrees. All of these things allow for the ability to customize to the best possible access for those with differing abilities. Let's talk more about the monitor. It's moisture sealed to prevent any problems you might have with a user who spits or drools. The screen is also made from military-grade shatter-resistant glass, making it extremely durable. Durability is another key for the TAPit because the designers understood that people with differing abilities can sometimes get very excited and maybe even aggressive. Because of this, the unit is counterbalanced so that it shouldn't tip over if someone climbs on it. Because the TAPit uses a monitor instead of a projector, there's no shadowing, and the backlighting of the monitor allows people with vision problems to see images they might not otherwise be able to recognize. When the TAPit was being designed, researchers suggested adding a texture to the entire unit to give tactile feedback. They also suggested this specific shade of purple because it's calming, inviting, and helps users focus. The TAPit can be used for more than just work with people with differing abilities. The 5-inch hospital-grade locking wheels allow the TAPit to be easily moved to multiple locations. This means it can be used in a special needs room for one group and in a typical or inclusive classroom for another group. Young learners like Fritz here might have trouble reaching. Can you show me how high you can reach on the wall-mounted interactive whiteboard? Boy, you're reaching high, but that's still not very high. Now, hospitals and institutions appreciate this flexibility as well. The final feature to mention is the TAPit's ease of use for teachers and therapists. The TAPit will run on any Windows or Mac, laptop or desktop computer. This means there's no new software to learn, and you can continue working with your current curriculum. You don't need to change that routine. What will change is the access those with differing abilities have to your information.